morning, welcome to Silver Wolf Studios. This is officially our first episode. I'd like you to join me for many more. We're going to have information posted here for herbs and their basic uses, live studio paint workshops, and hopefully plenty more arts and crafts where that came from. So I'm going to turn you around here and show you the most commonly herb known to everybody, lavender. Show you what I've got growing, how you can harvest, and what you can use it for. So I have a lavender plant here. This is about a 2-year-old plant now. I have it in a south-facing flower bed here, and it's kind of protected from the north winter winds. As you can see here, it's got some pretty long arms, branches, stems that come out with small spindly leaves. And then you have the flower heads that shoot out from the ends of those. Typically, the best time to come out and harvest any of your herbs is in the morning after the dew is gone, before it gets hot and dries up the majority of your essential oil in the plant. Not to say that there won't still be any in there, but to get the most viable material, the best time is in the mornings. So for lavender specifically, I want to come out and harvest the blooms that are open before they've turned brown and withered. So to show you the difference here, these are going to be your fresh buds. And then, like this one right here, is budded but not bloomed. So we're going to be looking to clip pieces like these, where the flowers are fully open. So typically I'll grab a clean basket or a clean tray with a clean dish towel. And I'm going to come up here and look for where I want to clip. So again, I'm looking for stems that have full bloomed plumes on top. To clip, I want to come down to this second shoot of flowers and try and clip right above where, if you can see this, where the leaves nodes start getting thick again. So I'm going to clip it right in here above where those leaf nodes start. And since there's still a young bud on here, I'm going to leave that and I'm not going to clip any further than that. So since I've only got one hand to do this with right now, very good. So that is how you harvest your lavender flowers. So I'll go through and clip the rest of those. And here in just a minute, I'll show you what to do with those. Typically, for winterizing this plant, I'll come out in the later fall when it's predominantly stopped blooming for the season. And I'll want to come down and clip down to about 4 inches or so away from the base, back to the woody colored stem. And you can tell the difference in this by the change of color here. So for instance, we'll get right up in here close. Like for this, for the winter time, I would come down to about right in here where it starts turning mostly brown. We're going to do this that way the roots of the plant can focus on banking and storing the nutrients it needs to survive the winter. Another reason why I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I have this placed on a south-facing hillside with kind of a wind barrier is I'm located in middle to west Tennessee, and we have some pretty harsh wintertime storms and ice storms roll in. So I find it beneficial to plant my lavender and my rosemary on a south-facing hillside. Just a little garden tip for those of you that are in my neighboring regions. So I'm going to go ahead and clip the rest of this plant real quick, and I'll show you how to hang those up for drying. So you can see here I've got my lavender blooms gathered and tied in a bunch. I've just used some regular garden twine, jute twine. If you're wanting to store this for later use, I would hang it up and give it about 2 to 3 weeks to dry, and then I typically store them in like a blue glass jar or a bag to help preserve the color of the herb. So everybody's pretty familiar with using lavender as an aid for sleep and relaxation and stress relief, and that's mostly because of its effect on the central nervous system. It can also be used in this way to lower blood pressure. And for those of us that don't know, and I recently learned, you can also use lavender for minor respiratory issues and ailments like common colds, coughs, sinusitis, those kind of things. And you can also use it for hair growth, to stimulate hair growth. And I've had some luck actually putting it in an infused oil and using it as a natural bug repellent, especially when I'm working around in the garden. It tends to deter the aphids and what we call no-see-ums. So, I hope you join me in the videos to come, and I'd love to show you ways that you can utilize this wonderful herb and use it in your daily life and activities. So, thank you for joining me, and hope you like the video.